Good morning, friends. Have you ever woken up and thought to yourself, I wish I had more energy to tackle the day ahead? Or maybe you've noticed that your mornings don't feel as vibrant or full of possibility as they used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people over 60 find themselves feeling a little sluggish or unmotivated when they first wake up. But here's the good news: what you do in those first few hours of the day can set the tone for how you feel for the rest of it. And today we're going to talk about 6 simple habits that can help you feel healthier, more energized, and even add years to your life. You see, mornings are magical. They're a fresh start, a clean slate. And while you may not be able to turn back the clock, you absolutely have the power to make every new day count. What you do during this time doesn't need to be complicated or take hours, it just needs to be intentional. These habits are easy to incorporate into your routine, and I promise they'll make a big difference. In fact, some of them might seem so simple that you'll wonder why you haven't been doing them all along. So grab a cup of tea or coffee if you'd like, settle in, and let's dive right in. Let's start with the very first thing you should do when you wake up. It's something so basic, yet so many of us skip it, and that's hydrating your body. Think about it. After spending 7 or 8 hours asleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Your cells, muscles, and brain need water to function at their best. Yet, many of us roll out of bed and head straight for coffee or tea without giving our bodies what they really crave first: plain, refreshing water. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up your morning cup of joe. I love mine too, but try drinking a glass of water within 15 minutes of waking up. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel. Hydration helps flush out toxins, kickstarts your metabolism, and even improves your skin. It's like giving your body a little wake-up call to say, hey, it's time to shine. If you're wondering how much water to drink, a good rule of thumb is about 8 to 12 ounces. That's roughly 1 small glass. Some people like to add a squeeze of lemon for an extra boost. It's great for digestion and adds a little zing to your morning routine. Personally, I keep a reusable bottle by my bedside, so it's the first thing I reach for when I wake up. It's such a small habit, but it makes a world of difference. Try it for a week, and I bet you'll notice you feel sharper, lighter, and more ready to take on the day. Now, once you've hydrated, there's another habit that can work wonders for your body, and that's gentle movement. I know, some of you might be thinking, exercise? First thing in the morning? No way. But hear me out. This isn't about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about moving your body in ways that feel good and help loosen up those stiff joints and muscles. As we age, our bodies naturally lose some flexibility and mobility, but staying active can slow that process down significantly. One of my favorite ways to get moving in the morning is through stretching or yoga. Even just 5 minutes can make a huge difference. For example, try reaching your arms overhead while lying in bed. It's a great way to stretch your spine and shoulders. Or sit on the edge of your bed and gently roll your ankles or wrists. If you're up for something a bit more involved, consider trying a seated yoga routine. There are plenty of videos online specifically designed for seniors, and they're a fantastic way to ease into movement without feeling overwhelmed. The key is to listen to your body and go at your own pace. Why does this matter? Well, moving your body in the morning helps improve circulation, which means more oxygen gets delivered to your brain and muscles. This can leave you feeling more alert and less achy throughout the day. Plus, it sets a positive tone. You're telling yourself, I'm taking care of my body and I'm worth the effort. And let me tell you, that mindset shift is priceless. So far, we've covered 2 powerful habits: hydrating your body and incorporating gentle movement into your morning routine. Both are simple, actionable, and incredibly effective. But there's still so much more we can do to make our mornings work for us. Next, let's talk about breakfast, the most important meal of the day, and how choosing the right foods can fuel your body and brain for success. Now let's talk about breakfast. You've probably heard the saying, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and it's especially true as we get older. After a long night of fasting, your body needs fuel to kickstart your metabolism and give you the energy you need to tackle the day ahead. But here's the thing, not all breakfasts are created equal. What you choose to eat can either set you up for success or leave you feeling sluggish and unmotivated. Think about it this way: your brain and body are like a car. If you put low-quality fuel in the tank, you're not going to get very far. But if you fill it with premium fuel, nutrient-dense foods, you'll feel smoother, stronger, and more capable of handling whatever comes your way. So, what does a premium breakfast look like? It's one that's packed with nutrients like fiber, healthy fats, protein, and antioxidants. These are the building blocks your body needs to function at its best. For example, instead of reaching for sugary cereals or pastries, which can cause your blood sugar to spike and then crash, try something like oatmeal topped with fresh berries and a handful of nuts. Oatmeal is rich in fiber, which helps keep you full and supports digestion, while the berries provide antioxidants that protect your cells from damage. The nuts add healthy fats and protein, giving you sustained energy throughout the morning. Another great option is avocado toast on whole grain bread with a poached egg on top. Avocado is loaded with heart-healthy fats, and the egg gives you a boost of protein and essential vitamins like B12, which is crucial for brain health. If you're someone who prefers something lighter in the morning, don't worry, you don't have to eat a big meal. A smoothie made with spinach, banana, almond milk, and a scoop of protein powder can be just as nourishing and satisfying. The key is to focus on quality over quantity. And remember, breakfast doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. You can prep some of these options the night before, so all you have to do is grab and go. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I'm just not hungry in the morning. That's okay, it's not uncommon, especially as we age. Our appetites can change, and sometimes mornings just don't feel like the right time for a big meal. If that's the case for you, start small. Even a piece of fruit or a handful of almonds can make a difference. The goal is to give your body something to work with, even if it's just a little snack. Over time, you might find that your appetite adjusts, and you begin to crave a more substantial breakfast. The reason breakfast is so important is that it sets the tone for the rest of your day. When you eat nutrient-rich foods in the morning, you're less likely to reach for unhealthy snacks later on. You'll also feel more mentally sharp and physically energized, which can help you stay active and engaged. Plus, eating a balanced breakfast has been linked to better heart health, improved memory, and even a longer lifespan. Who wouldn't want that? Speaking of mental sharpness, let's move on to another habit that can help keep your brain firing on all cylinders: practicing gratitude. Now, I know this might sound a little woo to some of you, but hear me out. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful, it's about training your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, even when things aren't perfect. And trust me, there's science behind it. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly tend to be happier, healthier, and more resilient in the face of challenges. Here's how you can incorporate gratitude into your morning routine. Take just 2 or 3 minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big, life-changing events. Sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact. Maybe it's the smell of fresh coffee brewing, the sound of birds chirping outside your window, or the fact that you woke up feeling rested. Whatever it is, jot it down. Over time, this simple act can shift your mindset and help you approach the day with a sense of optimism and purpose. I'll admit, when I first started doing this, I wasn't sure it would make much of a difference. But after a few weeks, I noticed something interesting. I began to look forward to my mornings more. Instead of dreading the day ahead, I found myself feeling excited about the little things. And on days when life felt overwhelming, having that list of positives to reflect on was like a lifeline. It reminded me that no matter how tough things got, there was always something to be grateful for. Gratitude also has physical benefits. Research shows that people who practice gratitude tend to sleep better, experience less stress, and even have lower blood pressure. All of these factors contribute to a longer, healthier life. So why not give it a try? You don't need anything fancy. A simple notebook or even the Notes app on your phone will do. The important thing is to make it a consistent part of your routine. Now that we've covered hydrating, moving your body, eating a nutritious breakfast, and practicing gratitude, you're probably starting to see how these habits work together to create a powerful foundation for your day. But we're not done yet. There's one more habit I want to share with you, one that involves getting outside and soaking up a little sunshine. Let's talk about why sunlight is so important and how just a few minutes of exposure can make a world of difference for your health and well-being. Let's talk about sunlight, something we often take for granted but is absolutely essential for our health, especially as we get older. Have you ever noticed how a sunny day can instantly lift your mood? There's a reason for that. Sunlight doesn't just brighten the world around us, it also has a profound effect on our bodies and minds. And here's the best part, you don't need to spend hours outside to reap the benefits. Just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight exposure in the morning can work wonders. Here's why sunlight is so powerful. It helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which is essentially your body's internal clock. Think of it like this. Your brain uses light cues from the sun to figure out when it's time to wake up and when it's time to wind down. When you expose yourself to natural light in the morning, you're signaling to your body that it's time to start the day. This not only helps you feel more alert and energized but also sets the stage for better sleep at night. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to sleep more soundly? But that's not all. Sunlight is also crucial for producing vitamin D, often referred to as the sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D plays a key role in maintaining strong bones, supporting your immune system and even boosting your mood. Unfortunately, many seniors are deficient in vitamin D, partly because our ability to produce it decreases with age and partly because we tend to spend more time indoors. The good news is that getting just a little bit of sunlight each day can help bridge that gap. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. What if I live in a place where it's cloudy or rainy most mornings? That's a valid concern, and while natural sunlight is ideal, there are other ways to support your vitamin D levels. For example, you can incorporate foods like fatty fish, fortified milk, or eggs into your diet. Some people also choose to take a vitamin D supplement, but it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement regimen. Still, whenever possible, try to get outside. Even on cloudy days, your body can absorb some sunlight. If you're wondering how to make sunlight exposure part of your routine, it's easier than you might think. You don't need to go for a long walk or do anything strenuous. Simply sitting by a window with natural light or stepping outside to enjoy your morning coffee can be enough. If you're up for it, take a short stroll around your neighborhood or garden. Not only will you get the benefits of sunlight, but you'll also give your body a little extra movement, which we already know is great for your joints and circulation. And here's a bonus tip: pair your sunlight exposure with deep breathing. While you're outside, take a moment to breathe deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. This simple practice can help calm your nervous system, reduce stress, and increase oxygen flow to your brain. It's like giving yourself a mini reset button for both your body and mind. Personally, I love doing this while I'm watering my plants or watching the birds in my backyard. It's such a peaceful way to start the day. Now, as important as sunlight is, it's worth mentioning that moderation is key. Too much sun exposure without protection can increase your risk of skin damage or even skin cancer. So if you're going to be outside for longer than 15 minutes, especially during peak hours, make sure to wear sunscreen, a hat, or lightweight clothing to protect your skin. Remember, the goal is to enjoy the benefits of sunlight safely. By now, you've learned about hydrating your body, moving gently, eating a nutritious breakfast, practicing gratitude, and soaking up some sunlight. Each of these habits builds on the last, creating a morning routine that supports your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional well-being. But there's one final habit I want to share with you, one that's specifically designed to keep your brain sharp and engaged. Let's talk about how a mental warm-up can set the tone for a day full of focus and productivity. Picture this. Your brain is like a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it needs regular exercise to stay strong and agile. As we age, it's normal for certain cognitive functions to slow down a bit, but the good news is that we can combat this by challenging our brains every day. A mental warm-up is exactly what it sounds like. A quick activity that gets your brain firing on all cylinders. It could be something as simple as solving a crossword puzzle, reading an article, or playing a memory game. Why is this important? Well, engaging your brain early in the day helps improve focus, enhance memory, and even boost creativity. Plus, it's a great way to transition from your morning routine into the rest of your day. For instance, if you enjoy puzzles, keep a book of Sudoku or word searches by your bedside and spend 5 minutes working on one after breakfast. Or if you prefer technology, there are plenty of apps designed to challenge your brain with fun, interactive games. My personal favorite is an app that quizzes me on trivia. It's a great way to learn new things while keeping my mind sharp. The beauty of a mental warm-up is that it doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Even something as simple as memorizing a grocery list or recalling the names of your grandchildren can stimulate your brain. The key is to find activities that you genuinely enjoy, so they feel less like a chore and more like a pleasurable part of your day. Now that we've covered all 6 habits, hydration, movement, breakfast, gratitude, sunlight, and mental stimulation, you can see how each one plays a vital role in helping you feel healthier, happier, and more alive. These habits may seem small on their own, but together they create a powerful foundation for living your best life. And the best part? They're easy to incorporate into your daily routine, no matter where you are or what your schedule looks like. So what do you think? Are there any habits here that resonated with you? Or maybe you already have a morning routine that works wonders? I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips and advice tailored just for you. Remember, friends, small changes can lead to big results. You deserve to live a life full of energy, purpose, and joy, and it all starts with the choices you make each morning. Here's to waking up with intention and embracing every single day as an opportunity to thrive. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.